Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 39 of the Twin Tell All podcast. I'm Ava.
I'm Veen.
And thanks for getting back to our next bi-weekly episode and for joining us. We did not miss it this time.
No.
So thank you for joining us yet again.
Simply no. We are on schedule.
And thank you for our devoted listeners.
Wow.
For this week's topic, we are going to be talking about a multitude of things.
Yes.
Including TikTok trends.
Yes.
And very mildly TikTok trends.
That's
a weekly
not the main.
recap. And we're going to discuss our aspiring dreams versus realities.
Period.
Which is since Aveen and I are nearing our senior year of college.
Wow.
Or I'm about to graduate in a few
done
weeks.
in 3 weeks.
I'm done in 3 weeks. So
I'm here.
my life in college is ending very soon.
Wow.
So we're going to be discussing like what my goals were, like reflections on where I see myself in the future. Because in my eyes, my life, I view it in like little snippets. And after like when school's done, I literally think my life's over. like after school,
life as she knows it is dead.
In my eyes, I've always viewed my life purpose as just going to school.
That's horrible.
Like literally just going to school.
Yeah, no, I think.
Do you get what I'm saying?
And I think, and I hope this is going to be helpful for someone listening later to just like hear us kind of go through our thought process behind what's next, because I feel like a lot of our listeners too are like around our age demographic, or like even if they're not, it's like fun and interesting to listen to, because this could either be like your future, or it could be like if you're ahead of us, you're like reflecting back and be like, oh my god, like they're kind of where I was at in terms of like trying to figure their shit out. And I think also it's super funny because Ava specifically is a type of person that we were talking about this on our way to play volleyball the other day. She just experiences things. And like what I mean by experiencing things is Ava doesn't try to like absorb or like really like enjoy moments. Like she's just kind of like almost reacting to what's going on around her, which is why she doesn't remember things.
Yeah, like I was telling Aveen the other day, when I reflect back on my 4 years, I get little bits and pieces of memories, but I don't overarchingly like know the whole experience. Like if
you ask
interactions,
me what I was wearing like my first frat party and what Ava was wearing and what Olivia was wearing, like I can tell you that right now.
I remember that, but I'm not saying like those moments.
Oh,
I'm talking
then what
about,
are you talking about?
I remember things, but when people like say, "What did you do like last week?" I need to really, really think about what happened. Like,
wait, what?
Is that abnormal?
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Well,
okay.
like, but I'm saying it's like core memories. Like, do you know the details of your core memories?
Yes, sometimes if there were core memories, though.
Well, yeah. Well,
but I had like
a regular memory.
I have trouble remembering those core memories.
That's a problem.
Yeah, like sometimes people will be like, do you remember this? And like I remember it, but I need to like refresh my mind. It doesn't come naturally. Like that's why I think I'll low-key have Alzheimer's.
You don't have Alzheimer's,
like
Ava.
not that I have it, but in the future I think that's an easier possibility for me. Because I don't remember. Even like when I watch a movie, like even if I watch the movie
y'all,
that day, at the end of the movie, if someone tells me what was the opening scene and like the plot, like the overarching plot, I have difficulty
telling you. But that's the thing. It's like you're an active experiencer,
right?
Like when you're in the moment, you're there. Also, but outside of that, you have no recollection of it.
And I think also sometimes with memories, when I'm in something that's supposed to be fun, I'm not in it to like remember it. I'm in it to just relax and have my mind be at peace.
Experience,
which is why I don't focus on cognitively remembering.
That's a good thing. But I feel like for me, whether I liked it or not, I remember it. Like it's not like I don't have to
like
actively try to remember.
Like it's bad because sometimes I'll meet people for the first time, or I'll meet people like Aveen remembers things about people very easily, but I'll be like in a conversation with someone and they'll tell me something and I'm in the convo, but I'm not like registering what's like being said to me.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's not good in that sense.
Yeah.
But you know, that was just
sometimes that happens to us.
Yeah.
Like I'll be talking to you and I can sometimes tell even by your face that like you're trying to listen but you're checked out.
Yeah, like my mind is on something else. Like it's really
Yeah. Wow.
So
okay, but segue into like what Ava is. We're gonna start this episode with Ava, and if we get to me, we get to me. If we don't, we don't. But basically, like, because
yes, but before we get to that, can we put in some little trend thing?
Okay,
okay.
Go.
There's this trend, guys, on TikTok that's a hear me out trend.
Okay,
okay, and this trend is like usually what they do is they have a cake,
right? Yeah,
and these people are like, hear me out means hear me out. I find this thing like I think they're attractive, or this person, like I think they're attractive, even though the conscious conventional person, like conventional idea is not to find these people attractive, or they're just like, I don't know how to explain it.
It's
like,
a cartoon character, like it's a literal plant or something. Like it's something
they'll be
where
like,
it's like,
hear me out. This animated character I think is attractive. Like,
it's
Finding
Nemo. It's like a male tree.
It's like,
and you're like,
okay. You're like, why are you thinking that's attractive? But there's this funny video of these groups of girls doing the trend.
Okay.
And one of them puts a photo of her friend's dad.
No.
And goes, hear me out, Papa Tran, which is like the dad's name.
God, I'm dead.
And the girl goes, that's my dad, and they all burst laughing. That's you gotta search this video of it, it's so funny. And then this girl, that same cake, she put ChatGPT.
Oh my god.
For those that don't know, ChatGPT is like this AI model, and she goes, hear me out, ChatGPT.
Yeah,
which I thought was hilarious. So that was my little spin of the trend that I thought was so funny.
Who's your hear me out?
I don't have a hear me out. Oh yes, Hercules. But that's like basic. That's not a hear me out. Okay. To me, a hear me out is like
something weird.
Something weird, like ChatGPT or like
I don't think I have a hear me out.
Like like something
not the number
something
8
funny like that. Like I don't think a male like Flynn Rider is not a hear
that's
me
not
out. That's like a romantic
nobody's
that's
funny.
Anyway, it's funny. And someone else, like a boy, said Mama Coco.
That's crazy.
Like just like characters.
Random, that's crazy.
Anyway, we're gonna move on to the topic, unless you have something to say, Amy.
No, I don't.
We're gonna move on to the topic of this episode, which is aspiring dreams versus realities. So one thing that, like I said, I think my life for some reason ends after college. Like,
because you didn't plan
in my
eyes,
in
your brain.
I don't see, like, I see the future, but I don't really see anything.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm starting a full-time job, which in and of itself sounds very determinative. Like, it sounds very official. And like, because I've already had my internship and I've experienced it, I know that it's going to be a little different because it's now my life. But I just feel like work feels like an extension of school. I'm just getting paid for it now, and I have like responsibilities.
Well, part of that is because you've mentioned a lot that like actually like this is the first time in I think all of our lives where what we're learning in school we're actually going to use. Like I feel like you're using what you've done, because Avis told me, you guys, I don't know if other people have had the same experience, but like she's literally like in her internship she did what she's doing in class right now. Like it's like there's an extension, right? Because it's like I feel like if you were studying English, right, your internship wouldn't feel like school, right?
Like business, like after a certain point where you understand what the material is, there are more depth. Like there's more in depth you can go with each topic, but comes a level when it just becomes like you're just applying it to actual businesses, and that's why it feels like an extension of school. But I'm just worried about like. I just think because it's so up in the air, I'm scared of living on my own. Like I was telling Dad today, I was like, Dad, I don't know how to like live on my own.
What do you mean?
Like live on my own, take care of myself. Like use my own money to fund myself.
Well,
and like use my own money like
completely like financial independence. I mean, you got to think about it. Like that's scary for sure, but it's like you're going to learn. And the other thing is it's like you're going to learn pretty, like, Dad's not going to, because when Dad was in college, right, he still got some level of financial help from, his parents. Parents, their job, Ava, right, in some ways is to help you, not, like, coddle you, but, like, Dad is guide you in the right direction.
Said that, I was just scared because I feel like, let's say I go by myself, right? Like, let's say Dad wasn't in the picture.
Whoa.
And Mom wasn't in the picture. Okay, and I go and I live by myself. I don't know what to do. Like, let's say I wanted to get an apartment. I feel like I'm that girl that's like, I need to get the best, like, lowest rent. And then, like, I like don't know what to do, and I get scared.
Well, because
of, like,
also
doing the right
there's
thing.
a ton of, for sure, but there's a ton of research that goes into that. Like, you're not just gonna wake up and just like go start touring houses. Like, you're gonna, there's other people that you can ask. Like, it's not I just don't want you to feel like you're gonna be completely like alone and you're just like, what's a bill? Like, you're not gonna like, it's not gonna be like that. And plus, it's like it's gonna be a lot like here, right?
Well, also,
in some ways, because it's like, we have some idea of how much we're spending per month. One, in some ways. Two, our rent's always the same. So it's like when you're on your own and you're getting a job, you're gonna have specific percentages of like, okay, like, what dad always gives us our percentages, like what needs to go to savings and stuff. So it's like all of that is gonna we already have the habits for it to be allocated.
Why I have this sudden fear of like going bankrupt.
You're gonna be fine.
Like, I get worried.
You guys, Ava is like the last bitch in the entire world to be going bankrupt, because Ava, like, I just feel like when you're gonna be living alone, Ava, you are not going to want to spend any money. Like, you would go when it's your like when you're completely financially independent. Ava would literally like get only eggs and eat only eggs for the entire, because she knows that's gonna be cheap.
I also, like, for some reason, when I think of my friends, like, I don't know if I've said this story before, but one of my good friends that I met through my internship, she was deciding, like, all my intern friends all were from different places, which was very interesting to me. Like, I don't know why this concept of like moving away is so scary to me, and how they all just easily like move cities and
I don't think it's easy.
No, I think it's easy, but they do it very easily. Like, one of my friends, I said, like, she wanted to pick somewhere that wasn't Dallas because she didn't like Dallas that much. And I said I visited Boston, and all of a sudden she just put her full-time location as Boston, having never been. Like, that type of thing is like super, like, I think about like if I wanted to move somewhere, I had to plan like literally everything, and I'm scared of like doing it. But I think also
it always works out. Like, it's somehow like Rustine, like our cousin, shout out Rustine, just came to Austin this past weekend randomly for a wedding, and he brought his girlfriend Alejandro. Shout out Alejandro, she was so sweet. I said that, Alejandra.
Yeah,
she was so sweetie cutie. But basically, like, Rustine was saying, when he turned 21, he all of a sudden went to Kansas City, found an apartment the day he moved off. He had no plan.
Yeah, like, but also, like, let's say I got my own apartment. Like, I have no idea where these funds, like, I don't know what to do.
You've made, like, Ava's pretending like she doesn't know where these funds are coming from. Meanwhile, she's made over 18 times what I've made. Like, Ava forgets that I literally have a job right now. Like, I'm getting paid every week to do the shit that I'm doing, and I've been paid, Ava, every day, every week for the last year. Like, I've literally been in this lab for almost a year, Ava, and I've been working. You have made literally over 10 times what I've made in over a 4-month period than I have in a whole year.
I know.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, you have enough money to be able to comfortably live in a place. And also guys, Ava's literally going to be living at home next year. So I don't understand where Ava's going to have so much damn money to be like, because that's the other smart thing, in my opinion. I think it's really smart what you're doing, right? You're working your full-time job and you're staying at home, right? Because also keep in mind, not everybody is as fortunate to have really sweet parents, right? To where like they
shout out mom
and dad, and have like a good relationship to where it's like they feel comfortable staying at home. Some people, Ava, genuinely, like, it is healthiest and best for them to leave home.
Yeah.
Like, they will do better not being at home.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible thing to say, but in some cases it really is true. So it's like the cost or the expense of living outside of their like normal childhood home is much less than the mental expense of like being at home. Yeah. So it's like, that's one thing to account. 2, you're gonna save a fuck ton of money staying at home. And 3, it's like you can learn, because it's like, this is the other thing, like, you've learned so much about like stocks and stuff. Like, you can invest the money that you're gaining and then make more money, and then Ava, like, you can use that money. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna have over 2 years of just regular income that you're not really using outside of just like, spending money on food and stuff, and like, like your gym membership and the car. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have a lot more money than you think you're gonna have.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's not gonna like you're not starting from ground. Like I feel like you feel like you're starting from zero. You're not.
Yeah. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Like you're like you're not starting with zero money. Yeah. You're not just getting. Yeah. You're not just like bare bones, shirtless in the middle of like a field. Like you're fine. Yeah. Like you're good.
I don't know. I just think it's surreal. It's very real though. Now that like now I am independent. Yeah. Or I can be independent. If you want. Not that if I
and
want.
You'd be fine.
And you'd be fine. Like I think that's why it's like for me, adulthood was a separate entity. Because I don't think you've ever
seen you or like I don't think you've ever imagined yourself as like an adult.
No, I haven't. That's why it's like so weird. Because I still in my head, I think I'm just like this like not floating, but like I'm a child and I don't. My role is student kid. A girl. Yeah, I'm just a girl. Like I can't imagine me doing my own thing.
Like completely
on my own. Like I can't like if I really wanted to, like even my full-time offer being in LA, like I could have taken it.
Yeah, you could have
and I could have figured it out.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people actually do say you should do. Like a lot of people say like when you graduate to venture out and go somewhere that's new and that's not comfortable.
Because all that if you fuck up. No, but the other thing is like this is like I agree. And you guys should have seen Abba and grow. No, but the other thing is I totally agree. I think also part of it is like if there's a time to go and blow a bunch of money and completely screw up.
That's why I kind of low key wish I would have done something differently.
No, but the thing is there's also doing something differently and being smart, right?
Yeah.
Like you need to make a smart choice because sometimes like we only hear the stories of like, oh my God, I moved out to LA and it was beautiful, amazing, wonderful. I had the best time. There are people who are like, I'm moving out to LA and I'm having a horrible time and I come home. Like there are people who have done that too.
Yeah.
And it's like based on what your goals were and what was feasible and what was like the smart choice, you chose the smart choice. And like Ava, you're not just gonna have this wasn't like a one and done. Like you're never gonna get like if you want next year to move to LA, you have more than enough funds now, right? To like be able to sustain the move. Like if you're gonna just go based off the money you lived last month, like over like the 4 months, you could have totally been fine too. But it's like you have a bigger cushion. Like it's all about creating the cushion to where like let's say you are to make a move like that so big, so drastic, and let's say something goes wrong, you have some extra, you have some extra funds, you have some extra ways that you can deal with the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's know.
I just don't think you need to be stressed out at all.
Yeah.
I think
I have time to figure it out. But I also feel like it's very interesting that like it's all just happening very fast.
Oh my God,
because I feel like every stage of life, right? It's in little cohorts, right? Like I group things into cohorts.
And like this is the last cohort.
This is the last this is the last little chunk of time.
No, the next chunk of time is when you freaking get married.
Dude, I think why are we talking about this?
I just think that's the next plausible chunk. Like if we're gonna talk about chunking, it's literally like elementary school, middle school, high school, college, marriage, family.
Yeah.
Like and then marriage, family, and then your own kids, and then their kids, and then like those are the chunks. Yeah. And I'm just saying you're entering your adult chunk.
I'm entering this next chunk.
And then I guess marriage and kids is a subchapter of the chunk.
Yeah.
Because you're still an adult.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, like I mean,
I don't even
in a month,
like unless the other thing.
Not
like,
less than a month. I feel
like my personality is very adulty.
But here's the thing. What really scares me is that in less than Amina's birthday's in January, right?
Wow.
In less
22.
than like in a little over a month.
Everything
2 months.
Right.
I'm gonna be 22.
I just said that.
22. 22 sounds so old to me. Like it sounds really bad to say.
I think 23 sounds bad.
Listen.
No, 23 to me sounds way worse.
For our older listeners, I completely understand that 22 is young, okay? Like I completely understand. Like I don't want anyone shitting on me. But like when I hear 22, I think, damn. Like I think, damn. Like no, she's not able to just fuck around.
Okay, listen. I think 23 is that. To me, in my opinion, 23, 24, bitch, you're dead. Like, you're old. Like, 23, 24.
We're going to look back and think, like we're so stupid. But, like,
No, but in my opinion, 24 is like, bitch, you better have some plan. You better have some thing that you're doing.
Bad
but that's horrible.
That's a bad mindset.
It's bad. But I'm just saying, I know. And in terms of plan, I mean, shit's getting down to the wire. Like, you're running out of time to like.
Though.
That's not true. But see, to me, 20. I know it's so not true. And it's like, even me saying it sounds weird,
it's
but
like,
I'm just saying
it's wrong.
I know it's wrong, but it's just like the pressure that I'm feeling based on the chunking of it is making it seem like, damn, 22 is old. Damn, 23, 24.
I feel like after college, my life's done. Like, because I feel like my life's complete.
The other problem is we've been told our whole time. Like, Ava and I's huge, like, thing that we were told growing up was like, oh my God, y'all are going to graduate college and, like, boom, dead. Especially
that was,
Dad.
Like, what we worked
right?
up
Like,
towards.
we worked, because it's like we were young and we always wanted a dog. We always say this, but, like, Dad literally was like, our goal was to like get this dog, and then the way to get this dog was literally graduating college. It was so funny because I think I was eavesdropping on Ava's conversation with Dad or Mom, and they were talking, because it was just, y'all were just loud, but I was hearing like Mom got scared that Ava wanted to like live alone because they said she could have a dog.
Yes, because I was asking Mom if I could move out to have a dog.
God.
She won't let the dog in the house, so that's a separate convo.
I know. I don't know if we
What
should
about
keep
it?
that
Like,
on.
what
No,
about it?
I don't know. I was like, maybe Mom might be mad if we keep it on the pod, but basically, I was just saying that. Like, point being,
because that was the end goal.
That was
the point.
End. Like, point being, like, in our brain, like, our path to the end of our adult, like, the end of our goal being achieved was like the fact that like we could have a dog.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy, but like that's how bad we wanted a dog, y'all. Like, it was not like a. And now it's even crazier because I actually don't kind of want a dog right now because I just feel like I would not be able to take
the
care
logistics
of
of
it.
it.
Like, the logistics of it is so difficult. Like, we could have totally had a dog, I feel, when we were in high school. I think that would have been way easier to take care of. But like right now, I literally work. We both work or out of the house or doing something like 8 to 10 hours a day. Like, it's not like by the time we wake up, the dog would have absolutely nobody to be home to feed it lunch, breakfast, dinner, and it would have nobody to walk it.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's just
literally
not
logistically it's
makes
not.
sense.
It doesn't make sense.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and how it's
I mean,
scary growing up.
Are you excited about any of it though? Like, I know we talked about like are you really like Ava's face?
I'm excited. The thing that I am excited about though is being, because the company I'm at is a pretty big company, like in general. So if I want to move to other places or like go to different cities or states, I can very clearly do that. A lot of the higher ups will say like, I moved to London or Australia because the offices are super broad.
But see, that's so awesome.
It is really nice. So
like,
I'm
that's
excited.
Your move, right?
The thing
like
that excites me the most, I think, is that I don't know where my life will be.
Yeah.
Like, and it's exciting to see how it can change very drastically and how different decisions can yield like different life experiences.
Yeah, no.
Because I really have no idea like what it's gonna be. And that's kind of like why I really enjoyed my college experience, because I do not think freshman Ava would think that she would end up as a business major.
No.
She didn't even know what this company was or what the career like field of business was like. So the fact that there was such a huge 180 into this type of like
lifestyle,
future and lifestyle, I think it's exciting to see how that can come into fruition in the future.
And that's what happens to everybody. Like, nobody truly, even at the beginning, like I was talking to one of the one of the ladies that I work with at the clinic, and she's a social worker, and she was like, I never expected myself to be a social worker. She wanted to be a doula, like she wanted to go to midwifery school.
Yeah.
And she wanted to do that. And then she was like, okay. And then she just came into social work. So it's like everything, Ava, for some crazy reason works itself out. And some of the things that you even think that you're gonna, like, even the people, Ava, who like grow up, they're like, I want to be like a pilot from like birth, might not even end up being an actual pilot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they end up doing something else that like fills their cup in ways that they didn't think they needed.
Yeah.
And it just ends up being like perfect and awesome.
Yeah. I just think that's like one of the things I'm excited about, especially like, also, I've always been the type to like love doing important stuff, and I feel like in my job, like there's a sense of importance to it, and I like the idea of like going into the office and being like part of like companies, like even though the stuff is like very it's so business,
but like that's good that you like it.
Yeah,
you know,
I
like
that energy a lot. Yeah,
like,
I like that.
Like that is not something that like is, but see, it's like that's why you're doing it and I'm not.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Like you have to be doing something where it's like you feel that level of excitement, because I don't think a lot of people feel that in general, like in their day-to-day lives. Like they end up picking things that are very convenient or like out of pure necessity, which is what I would do too, right? Yeah. But it's like, you know, like it's very, I'm glad that you're finding something that's like out of necessity and also it fulfills that need.
Yeah. And that's I also feel like it's a place of gratefulness and a little bit of like gratefulness to the fact where when I look for a job, it's out of what do I like,
is this gonna fill my cup?
Doing. Yeah, like not necessarily like financial stability, which is a big importance, but I feel like I'm blessed to be able to look at it through that lens too.
Yeah, and it's like obviously financial stability is going to be a big thing, because that's what we were talking about with mom. Like I am the most like, you know, I'm not working and I think part of it has to do with like what I want to do in my life, but like I'm not looking for, I mean, I want to be financially stable, but money is not like my motivating factor,
right,
in a lot of the decisions that I make in general.
Yeah.
And I think like like realistically, that has to be a motivating factor, and that is a motivating factor for like a lot of people. And it's good that, you know, everybody should have that, but at the same time it's like you need to make sure that your job is also fulfilling your other needs.
Yeah.
And I just feel like people get sad whenever it's only fulfilling like the money need and not the other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's super valid. And what do you think?
And it's hard to do that. Like it's hard to find something that does both, you know?
Yeah. That's
because normally it's not the same.
So I said where I see myself in 4 years. Where do you see me in 4 years?
Oh, that's so exciting. I think I see Ava. In my brain, like I just see, because I honestly, you guys, I pretend, and I don't know what Ava does. Like Ava's, you've explained it to me. I'm honestly very good at remembering things, but for some big ass reason, like I don't understand.
It's because you don't get it.
Like, I don't understand
it.
That's
so
my
you're not
problem.
Remembering
so it's
like, I will explain it to you later.
Honestly, because Ava does deals and valuation.
Yeah.
And so, like, even me saying those words, I don't really know what they mean. I think eventually, Ava, you're going to end up working for, like, a really cute, clean, all women owned beauty company type of thing. Okay. Or you're either going to do that, where it's like you're going to work for, like, this, like, up and coming, like somewhere like Ilia, like, or somewhere like, you know those like clean beauties that like start really small and then like blow up on like TikTok Shop or something. Like I feel like you're gonna be part of like their team where it blows up like that, and then you're gonna help like manage their shit, and it's gonna be really rewarding because you're gonna see this company like start from zero but like blow up again.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be something like that. Oh my god, if we look back on this and this happens, I'm gonna like literally shit a brick. Anyways, so it's gonna be like either like that, or I think you're gonna end up working for like, so that's like, or complete 180, where you're gonna basically be working with a bunch of men, and you're gonna be because honestly, it's Ava's telling me this field that she's in is very boy dominated in a lot of ways.
It's
like
business in general.
There's not that many girls, but I feel like you're gonna be like not the only, but one of the only girls like in y'all's team, and you're just gonna basically be presenting in front of like, I can just see you like in like a little business suit coming in and being like, okay, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, fix this, fix that. Like you're gonna be telling everybody what to do, or like giving presentations and being like, this is like where y'all need to do better, or like telling them what they need to be doing and then paying you like a shit ton.
Okay. Thank you.
But it's going to be about, the second thing is about going to be something to me that's like quote boring. Like it's not going to be like a fun like starting company, whatever.
Yeah. I completely see what you're saying.
Yeah. So, one of those two.
Hopefully one of those come into fruition, or maybe something completely different. Who knows?
Yeah. Because
you know what's
very
something
different.
Funny?
Huh?
For people like, I eat these whole like CEO like company like stories. Yeah. One of the people that makes BuzzBalls, for those that don't know, BuzzBalls is this drink that is an alcoholic beverage that's in a little light bulb container. The founder of it founded it when she was in her 50s, and she's a teacher at one of our local high schools, and she just sold the company for close to $600 million. So these like little stories,
but the thing is, listen,
show that like there's no age limit to like what you can
absolutely.
do.
But the other thing is, can I add something though?
Yeah.
big key factor again, kind of back to our motivators, #money, because she inherited an inheritance. Like, that's how she got the money. She spent the entire inheritance. Like, I think one of her family members passed away or something happened to where she got a bunch of like she got like I'm putting this number off the top of my head, but she got a few $1,000s off, okay, from this inheritance. And this was just an idea that she had, but she all of a sudden got the money to like make this happen. So like part of it is also, it's like, that's why people have such trouble sometimes finding a job or doing the things that they want to do, is because money is such a huge issue. Like, in the sense of like, ideally everybody would love to do what they love, or like start a company or invest in their idea, but it's like getting the cash is like step one.
Yeah, but I just thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, okay. I agree.
Cool. Do you have anything else to say about life, future?
Simply no. Oh my god, I do want to say I made a strawberry shortcake this week. It was so good.
It was delicious.
It literally looked straight out of like a cookbook movie. Like, I literally took a photo of that. So many people liked my story, Ava. So many people swiped up because that shit ate. Because it was so good. And Ava, normally whenever I try to bake something, y'all, I'm like really looking forward to like Ava's reaction. I'm like, oh my god, I hope this is like good. The one thing I made, I can't remake again. She said she really liked my cheesecake, and I've been.
Wait, why can't you remake it?
I can, but like every time I remade it, you said it doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, but I have a very bad memory, so it probably is the same thing. I'm just saying it doesn't taste the same.
Okay.
Everything you bake's delicious. I love Coach Art for this reason. I love the org that she does the baking for, because I just eat.
Yeah. Well, technically, I've eaten all of it.
You've eaten. I'll eat more today. But...
Well, you don't have to, but I'm just saying.
No, I want to.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
And as always, we will see you not next Tuesday, but the following. And we love everyone and our listeners, and we hope that you gain some insight into what we talk about, our lives, and we love y'all so much.
We talk about our lives.
Bye, y'all. Bye, guys.
Cheers.